Hi guys. Hello, you're in early. um, Oops. Right. I was just doing housekeeping. You're in very early. How are you doing? Nice to meet you, Libra girl. Um, what I normally do is just run the adverts, so everyone's got a chance to have questions. So I sort my cards out really. It only takes a few minutes for that. Hello, everyone. As you know, please take your time coming in. The adverts. The adverts are playing here on my channel, which is good. So when the adverts stop, then we can start with the free questions. Donated questions are fine too. Ugh. So I don't know about hello, Cushy. Long time no see. I thought you'd melted away in all this heat. It's hot, isn't it, guys? In the northern hemisphere, it's hot, and I know in India, yeah, I don't know how you guys cope over there. It's just a little bit too hot. So, as I said, to support my channel, what I normally do is don't start reading until the adverts are finished. See adverts. So when the adverts stop, then we'll do some readings. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm so fine. So today I'm going to use the Everyday Witch Tarot for general readings and for donated readings. I haven't made up my mind, which is bad. I know exactly which one I want to do. A very beautiful card. Oh yeah, it was this one. I knew there was hello. Right. Well, I've still got an advert. So I'm going to use this very nice pack that a lot of people like when I do my daily zodiac readings, which don't happen. So I'm going to use the Tarot of Dreams for donated readings. That's what we'll do today. Use the Arc. No, that's too precious. If we got donations of £100, I'd use the Arc. That's too precious at the moment. Oh, it's not coming out of the box. Well, it did to review things, but no. It's very special for very special people who would like to donate a lot of money, and then I'll go get it. That's very bad marketing, saying you guys are not special. The Arc is good. Oh, I thought I'd do. I don't know if you need to know this information, but in England, my adverts are still going. In England, it's very hot at degrees now, and it's nearly 7 o'clock at night. But it's just too hot that I'm doing this half naked. Oh dear, you probably didn't need to know that information, did you? But it's just too hot. It's too hot. I'm telling you, it's too hot. British people don't like it too hot. Right, we will get into these readings when I've stopped fluffing around and just giving time for myself to sort myself out. As you can see, the adverts are still on. I get a lot of adverts, so it pays for my channel. Well, it doesn't, but it helps. It doesn't. Why is that like that? Anyway, so hopefully you've all had a great day. Right, place your questions down first, and then we'll get to it. I don't know why mine's gone upside down. That doesn't help at all. Right, okay. Right, we're sorted now. Sorted. Please post your questions and I'll get to them. Obviously, free questions for fantastic people, my loyal tribe. Thank you very much for still coming into my room. So these are quite good, these cards. people have really enjoyed them. So hopefully you will too if you like to donate, no problem. So let's go. Right, who are we gonna? Should we start with Princey? How does MD feel for yourself? Let's have a look. Thanks, Mad Soul Tarot, for being here. Hopefully you guys know Mad Soul Tarot by now. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's too hot for hair, isn't it? I should just tie it back. It's honestly, we can't. I don't know how you hot countries cope. Hello, Amber. Right, that's not working on here. Remember to like the video. I'll press like, and then that'll happen. Hiya, Amber. Hiya, Princess Aquarius. Mad Soul Tarot. I have to be here. The judge order it. Okay. So, Mad Soul Tarot, do you join in with your shuffle? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Community service. Right. So you've been a bad boy of you today? How many hours service are you actually doing? Right, Princey, how does MD feel for you? How does MD feel for you? Should we get a bad answer just for the fun of it? Oh, right, let's have a look. Right. If anybody wants an angel card, that's absolutely fine. If you want angel cards, just say Angel Oracle, please. As well as your tarot, you can do that. So, talking of judgments, they are definitely assessing things. They feel on top of the world. They feel like they've really come to an understanding of what it is that they can bring to the table. Sometimes with this, it's like the soul has done the job and they can move on. And while they're in the judgment stage, it's almost like, do I still go with the sameness or do I move on in a more clearer understanding of who I am as a person? So if you haven't heard from this person in a little bit of a while, then, you know, it's still kind of, oh, do I need to bother with this or should I move on? If you are in a relationship with this person and you feel like everything is okay, it will probably move into a more calmer aspect if you both agree that the judgment card is all about forgiveness and rebirthing your situation. For more in depth, one can always donate for more cards or a private reading at purejoytarot@gmail.com for the price list. Yay! I think you're going to get in a more understanding and a renewal of a relationship. So it's almost like it's almost like when you finish being a child, you put all that childish things away, shut the box, put it in the attic or wherever, and then you can move into a more responsible stage. So that could be coming up for you. Yay! Oh, righty. How's everyone doing today? Do remember to post your questions. They are randomly picked, very much so. No worries at all. So, have we got another question? What are you raving on about, Mad Soul Tarot? Hello, Jalicia. How are you doing? So, Miss Chanwani, will RC apologise to you? Let's have a look if they'll apologise to you. Hello, Neko lovers. How are you doing? Remember, donations do take priority on Super Chat, PayPal, and Cash App. Anyone wants a private reading at any stage, they can always email from the price list. Though it does start at £35 for a whole hour of video information. Whoa. And then it goes down with different levels. Just a heads up that. Because a lot of people email me for private reading and they faint at the price, which is really cheap at £35, but it's a lot for people who are not used to that. So it swings and roundabouts, really. Mad Soul Tarot has got his £2. That's thingamajiggy. Yeah, and no problem. There's no problem. It is. I can't pay. We'll take it away. We have a program here. Can't pay. We'll take it away. It's quite funny. No one has to pay. Nobody at all. Right. So let's have a look at Miss Chanwani of RC. But I do appreciate you watching the adverts. If it's ever an advert, leave it rolling. Make a cup of coffee. Go to the loo. That's good enough, isn't it? Right. Is RC going to apologise to you? I doubt it. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah. Right, RC apologising to our Miss Chanwani. There's certainly an opportunity to do that, but yeah, emotion. If they do apologise, they don't fully mean it. They're quite willing to just emotionally move away from it. But the opportunity is definitely there. So that can be here and all there, can't it? Sometimes they have to, and you yourself really need to just forget about it. It's too petty, you know what I mean? Too petty. Right, Jalicia, energy that's currently surrounding you at the moment. Let's have a look at that, Jalicia. Right, let's have a look. Currently, you are right in quite an interesting place. You may benefit from having the courage of perhaps learning from other people, maybe learning towards a bit of promotion. Don't know if she's still going to go after your set of learning and courses, but something is there where to have this kind of understanding and the real courage to go after something that's not, well, is out of the ordinary for you. So kind of find a way of connecting to your true passion. It's always a good idea to do that. So to have that strength, well, you've got the Hierophant here in this card. So normally this is about spiritual awareness, teaching, learning. Sometimes it's about more traditional, but because you've got the strength card and the courage card, it says move away from that and kind of just go for what you kind of want. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to be a little bit more gentle with yourself to understand that you are important. So really empower yourself. It's about empowerment. So if you can learn to empower yourself, that's absolutely great. Hiya, Cushy. How are you doing? No, you're not. You've just got to go for it. You've just got to go for the major, and kind of even go further than that. I think you can push yourself a lot more than you actually believe. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, just push it higher, higher. Yeah, just believe in yourself, basically. Yeah. Right, Cushy, have you got a question? And Nico Lovers, have you got a question? You want one at the very end because you're embarrassed. Right, well, stay in the room for that and we'll see how far that goes. Right, guys, has anyone got a question? How many people are in the room? Right, okay. So it's great to have you on these hot evenings or afternoon. Moonchan, how are you doing? Have you got a question? Questions are quite good to ask and we'll find an answer. Hey, I'm pretty much fine, except it's a little bit hot in England and we kind of melt in England when it's hot, which is bad, isn't it? So, a little bit bad. Have you got a question, Moonjan? Have you a question? Where did I put? It's on the floor. Oh, I did do that. Right, for donated readings, we're using the Tarot of Dreams. Just thought I'd let that on. Does my crush miss me? Both me and him are Scorpio. Right, 2 Scorpios together. That's interesting. Right, Munjan. Right. I'm fine. How are you, Cushy? It's good to see you. What you're watching on K-drama? I'm watching, let me think about it. What am I watching? Oh, can't remember the title now. That's bad, isn't it? Does your crush miss you? Yes, they do. They actually, sometimes what they go through in their own mind is the conversations that you had, and they're still trying to understand exactly what you meant in a lot of aspects. Because you're coming across as the Queen of Swords, where they're coming across as the King of Wands, which is really interesting. So they're just trying to find out where you are at as well. So yeah, they do miss you. They think about you a lot, and they're just trying to understand what happened, really. You know. So yeah, they do miss you. Oh, that's nice. Shuffling skills. Yeah, it's practice. Yeah, it's just practice, guys. It's being old and doing it for a long time. Yay, shuffling. Cushy, have you got a question? Has anybody got a question for me? Can't believe I keep asking this. Do push your questions down below. No worries at all. Hello, Joa. How are you doing? Thank you for joining my channel. If you've got a question, if you'd like to pop that down and I can answer it, because you're next. There's no one else inquiring about a question. It's very quiet today. I think most people these days are outside. That's what summer's about, isn't it? Right, so I do not understand that the live feed chat is quite slow, so I'm just waiting until the question pops up in the live feed. Thank you guys for being here. It's great to have you. Please remember, if you would like, to like the thread, the stream, and just put your question down for free readings. Or if you want a longer 12-card read, then donations are accepted. Right. Hi everyone. Hopefully you're here. Just put your questions down. It is absolutely fine. It's good to see you, and we'll get your questions then. Shruti, hello. How are you? Is it hot where you are? Because it's only hot here. Oh. So if you've got a question at all, just pop it down. Pop it down. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit hot. How are you doing? How's your day been? Right, it's great to have you moderators in. It's fantastic. It really is. You're very quiet, Cushy. Normally you have a good conversation. Right, who can I read for next? Shruti, Cushy? Right, Shruti, how does Dee feel about me truly, please? Okay, let's have a look at that. Oh, well, good luck with that. I hope that works out. Hello, Miss Smith. How are you? You can be added to the list. There is no list, but you can be added to it. It's absolutely fine. You'll probably be next, Miss Smith. It's a very quiet room. Do remember to like the stream, guys. That's always helpful. Kanika Sharma, how are you doing? Please post your questions. Let's have a look at D with Shruti. Hope your life is going a little bit more smoother, Miss Smith. Post your questions so I can pick them up. Can't pick them up if you don't post them, guys. Right, this King of Wands wants to keep coming up. So Shruti, what's basically going on is it's interesting because sometimes they're making an appearance and it's like, oh yeah, everything's gonna come out right. But sometimes with the Hanged Man, one has to know why you split up in the first place. So there is an element here of a greater understanding about what's right and what's wrong. I think they're owning up to a certain sense of responsibility within, what happened before. But there is a delay. But talking is definitely a great step. So being more honest, I think they have to be more honest about how they feel about you. So hopefully they're not going to belittle you in any way, shape or form, because it does have a little bit of flavour of that, to be fair. So yeah, just stick up for yourself, yeah? He's with somebody else. Hello, the magician. How are you? You're real into a dragon fire today. Isn't it hot, the magician? Have you been to the beach? Oh, it's hot in England. It's hot in England. Right, remember, guys, post your question, please. Okay. He did apologise. Good. Let's hope that remains so. Yeah. So the Hanged Man, sometimes you've just got to realise that we have to be a little bit humble at times, both parties as well. So that's good. What does he want? Not much at the moment. Not much at the moment. No, there is a period of waiting going on for sure. There's only 2 cards there, so we need a little bit more. So yeah. Right, Kanika Sharma, a general love reading for you. That's brilliant. So let's have a look what's going on with Kanika. Yeah. Guys, just post your questions and we'll be able to read for you. Donations do take priority and have 12 cards generally for a greater in-depth reading. Private readings are also on offer, but you can just email me for the price list, which is fine. Right. Kanika. What does Kanika need to know? Can you post it again, Miss Smith, please? How are you doing, the magician? I hope you're being magical. Right. Oh, right. What's going on here? Kanika, what was the question? Oh, you love reading. Right. So, right. Okay. The best thing you can do here is give up. Just give up. Oh, no, seriously, that's about as best as it's going to get at the minute. No, you've got the 3 of hearts. So maybe you're still feeling that sometimes with our heart, we have to completely empty it. It's like a glass. You've got to empty all the rubbish out, clean it out so it's crystal clear with a nice ding. And it's a receptive receptacle cup to really understand that we need to be clean and precise about what we want. So if we still got some barriers that are up, some pain that we're still carrying around, we need to get rid of it. Do some emotional freedom technique tapping or anything. Yeah, did you? Excellent. That's really interesting. I know. Give up now. So yeah, there's lots of ways to get. I always think it's good to put a sad movie on and have a good cry. Yeah, because sometimes we're unable to cry. We try to be brave and yeah, I'm over it. No flies on me, kind of thing. But if it comes up in a reading, it means there's still some work to actually do. And you've also got the Seven of Swords, which kind of proves in a way that you're still mentally attached. So within love, just let everything go, because I'm pretty sure you all know if we don't get rid of our baggage, we take it throughout life, but then into the next relationship. And it's not fair for you or the another person if we kind of do that, because it doesn't stand a chance, the new relationship, when we're bringing the old person into the relationship. So in a way, it's kind of cheating. If you bring your ex into the situation of thinking about them, oh, the bastard, I'm never gonna, not gonna open my heart, I'm never gonna be treated like that again. It means we haven't understood the situation too much. So yeah, just relax a little more. Does that make sense? Just get rid of the old pain. You can, of course, be a little bit English and moan about things, but it's on a serious note, it really is good to clear the decks. Clear the decks before the new decks come. Hello, Kisha. Hello, Miss CLT. Joshua, you've put questions down. Great. So let's know, Miss Smith. Can I trust Brian? And is it time to leave TN? Is that Tennessee? Or is it TN? Sometimes it's funny about the. I was reading a little caption in America and it said "okay" at the end. Okay, I thought, no, that's Oklahoma. Oh, funny. Right, let's get to it, Miss Smith. Can you trust Brian? Tennessee, good old Tennessee. Why would you want to leave Tennessee? I've not been there myself, but yeah, I think I'd get bored of Tennessee. I'm not much into that kind of musical era, I suppose, but who knows? Who knows? But yeah, one question at a time. So we'll just do about Brian at the moment, and then next time you're in, we can ask about Tennessee. Unless you want to donate, of course, and then we can do those questions. Right, can you trust Brian? Alrighty, can you trust Brian? It might take a little bit of a while, patience. You do have the Empress, so there is room for growth to trust him. And with the Strength card, it's showing you by an understanding of what you both want, maybe grow into each other and have the courage, I suppose, to love again on a higher aspect. So I would actually take things as neutral, take people as how they come, long as you've healed from your previous situation. Then I think Brian, they stand a chance anyway. So we can't really jump into relationships and think the very worst. We've always got to think of them as, being happy. So have the strength, really, have the strength of character to be a little bit more gentler on the situation, and then they'll feel more at ease. Does that make sense? Right. Mm-hmm. Is that Cushy? Is that a question you've got for me? Right. Just Joshua, I'm going to be alone for a few days. What should I focus on? Oh, it's good to be alone. Well done. We like our own space, don't we? Okay, let's see. That's a good question. What should you be focusing on while you're in this time alone? It's Jimmy's brother. Right. it's still applicable what I said. Give it time to, trust them. Yeah, I think they'll be fine. I know you've had trouble within that kind of aspect, but if you don't have to deal with that side of the family anymore, that's fine. But, just have the courage to be strong, own who you are. Do you know what I mean? If you treat yourself better, and that's the courage and the strength, then, but things are going to take a little bit of time to evolve, aren't they? But yeah, you're fine, Miss Smith. I always see you a lot stronger than you see yourself. Right. What is with this card? Right, okay. So this is actually a very good, I'm going to do this. This is a very, it's hot. This is a good time for you to really focus on what you do want. So some things might be a new direction for you, especially emotionally. If you felt you've been going down the wrong route, or you feel like, oh, this is why is there obstacles always in my way about this certain aspect? And it's that's the kind of thing where it kind of shows that maybe focusing on what you truly do desire is more applicable than just following someone else's lead. So again, don't let your power be removed from yourself. It's very, very important for you to know exactly how much value you give to yourself. So I would actually set about looking at emotional mantras about what you want, what it is you desire. Just say your name. What do I, and your name, actually want? And just come up with a whole list. Because, this is emotionally choosing, but sometimes it is like, oh, it's not really there. And when you have the Seven of Swords, some things can be taken away from you. So it's almost like just really solidly write down something. Well, what do I want in life? What do I want in this area, that area? And it's a good time to sort of reflect what is going on. SF. Hello. Bumblebee. I do apologise the other day because I was just shutting down the channel, which was hilarious because no one was in. And Mad Soul Tarot, he was talking to somebody else. And it was like I was talking to myself. And I thought, right, okay, no one's here. I'm going. And then as I shut it down and as it shut down, I saw your name. I was like, oh, no. So I apologise for that, Bumblebee. So let's have a look at your question. What are the blockages in my way to clear my exams and how can I remove them? Right, okay. First of all, a good tip for exam taking is lots of sleep and lots of relaxation. And little and often is always good to revise what you need to know. But generally, yeah, having a lot of sleep. Not cramming it in all in the last minute. But let's have a look what else you need to know, Bumblebee. Right, well, that's your first mistake. That is there. When you say, I can't, I say to my grandson, there's no such word as can't. That means I am unwilling to try. So it actually doesn't exist, the words can't. Oh, I can't do that. It just means I'm so unwilling to make the effort. We all say it. So I'm sure you can focus. If you get some rosemary, real rosemary, not just the plant, but essential oil, real pure organic rosemary, and smell that will give you more focus. So that's a little, well, obviously you're not into the exams then. Some people think, well, that's a little bit of a waste of time. Don't really want to do it. And, you know, if you're over 18, it's a choice, isn't it? It's a mental choice about that. I never liked exams. I think they're stupid myself, but I really do. It's a very old-fashioned way of testing people, whether they know things or not. Weird. So. You are. Oh, chartered. Oh God. Right. Chartered accountancy. Well, that's quite interesting because to be an accountant, you have to focus. That's a real focusing job. Maybe do a round of the EFT, emotional freedom technique tapping. Maybe get your mindset saying, right, every day I'm going to sit in the same place, and this is my study seat, and just set up. I always focus when I sit down in my particular desk and really learn. Is it buffering again? um, and yeah, there are many tricks to help you focus. Right. Right, okay. Let's see what the tarot says for you. Where there's a will, there's a way, definitely. No, neither do I. I think it was buffering slightly, but it looked pretty. Right, Bumblebee. This is what you need to know at the moment. Queen of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So basically what I said, if you have the desire, Queen of Cups is all about desire. So if you desire and really know that this is what you want, then you will find a way. We always, as humans, find a way with what we really want to do. We'll move heaven and earth kind of thing to get to what we really want. So for you to have this, I always say to people, what do you actually desire on a higher level? And maybe it is that you don't want to do accounting. You've got to ask yourself that question. Is that the right job for you? Because you are tying yourself up in knots. This is imprisoning the mind when it can be more free. So what I do, if you can be honest with yourself and go, well, I don't really want to do accounting. I thought it would be great, but actually my heart's not into it. Why don't you tell your mindset, right, when you pass the accounting exams, it doesn't matter if you go into accounting, you can choose something else. And that kind of frees your mind to relax a little bit more, that you're not going to be trapped doing accounting all your life. That's what I do. And it just gives you that momentum to pass. Hello, Miss Smith. An investment banker. Right. Well, you know the process, all the hoops that you have to do that. So if that's what you really want, then you really need to push it through. Right, Miss Smith. Super chat up. It certainly is. It looks pretty, doesn't it? I always think it looks very pretty. Super chat. Whoops, what's wrong with phone? Falling off. Right, okay. Trying to see which direction to go. I have 2 apartments, one in Tennessee and one in MS. MS. You're going to have to tell me what MS is. Since Jimmy's death, no sure which way to go. I really don't like either. Oh, God. You people are having such trouble today. MS. What's MS? No worries, Bumblebee. Mississippi. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, well, let's have a look. Well, you could rent them out and move somewhere else. That's a good income, isn't it? Renting and then moving somewhere where you're far away from all the troubles. That would be a good idea. Mississippi. Right, let's have a look. Right, let me. Right, let's do Tennessee up here, Mississippi down here, and let's use some other cards. What direction you need to go? Mad Soul, can you answer Nida Shah's question for me, please? I'm sure you'll give a funny comment, because I'm thinking a funny comment. I'm doing donated readings, so I do have to concentrate on donated readings as they take priority, guys. I think Mad Soul's gone away. Right, let's have a look what's going on. So, right, okay. So, Tennessee, I thought you'd say somewhere funnier than that. You're disappointment. Right, okay. Just my mind, obviously. Right, okay. So, yeah. Well, if we... I can see why you've got the dilemma, Miss Smith. It's like both of them are a challenge. They really are a challenge. If I would have had to have picked one, I would have gone with Tennessee. That's probably the better bet, but I'm still not sure about that even. I think the Tennessee one is bringing you the Palace of Queens. So this is quite good on a financial aspect. So if you were to keep that particular apartment and rent it out or sell it on later on, it would be marvelous on a money investment way. You do have the Queen of Swords. I think you're emotionally detaching from a lot of stuff in Tennessee. So the Queen of Swords will give you clarification about what you want to do with that particular apartment. As long as here with the Five of Wands, it's showing you that things need to be sorted out. So it's a kind of an aspect where you need that strength of character to do so. And to stay around Tennessee is one of those things where you might feel a little bit alone at times, because the Queen of Swords isn't so much into relationships, but it's more about what you have to do. And one of those things is sorting that kind of aspect out. So that's Tennessee. So we're going to move on to Mississippi. So this is where we get Mississippi as being a little bit of a pain in the neck. Again, we've got the Five of Cups. So I think maybe on a financial level, it's probably not so good, Mississippi. So you can see why you don't like Mississippi either. But it's also a bit of a trap, that one. So maybe the apartment's going to leak money. Maybe you feel, maybe you'll get bad tenants or neighbours aren't so good. Something isn't quite right, is it? So the disappointment on a lot of levels will come about. So that's where it says to you, the Knight of Wands, really take action to what you need to do with the Mississippi. So if you do need to sell it, then sell it. If you need to rent it out and invest, well, have a look at what needs to do in a few years' time, and then see if it balance out on a money level. But the Knight of Wands is showing action must be taken, surrounded here, thinking of things in a different way, definitely connecting on an emotional level as if this is good or not. So that's what I mean. I can see why you don't like both of those things, but money wise, maybe the top one, the Tennessee one, is a little bit better. And after all, if you think about it, Tennessee is a great tourist spot. So renting out to those tourists in a quaint area of Tennessee would be nice. You know, there are things called Airbnb. And once things start up running again, you know, you can make a decent bit of money, like that says, the palace. So, moving on from all this. So, first of all, it shows you here that you are the Queen of Wands. So staying positive and resilient is always a good idea. Staying true to yourself is also a good idea. The Empress, you are a mother, and kind of looking after what's good for the children and investing for the children is also a good idea. So that growth aspect of where you want to move to is dependent sometimes about what's good for you and family. You do also have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is working very, very hard for your financial welfare. Sometimes we have to wait for a perfect opportunity. So whether in your area it's the right time to sell or is it the right time to rent out, it's one of those decisions to actually make. But also, where in the world do you want to actually reside? Be very, very careful about um, causing more kind of feelings coming up, because like things are being sorted out, and maybe that's to do with the family. Maybe they're going to put a little bit of pressure on you, but you've got to remember that you are that Queen of Wands as well as the Queen of Swords. So you need to speak up, really, and say you're because theoretically you're not married now, so you are that person on your own, and you can make decisions on your own, and you shouldn't be forced to make any other decisions other than what you believe is right for you and everyone else. So that's where we need to take that action. So it's like that waiting period with these two cards. One has to understand that things do eventually come your way, but as long as you do kind of see that what's more important, my heart, my well-being, the well-being of my immediate family, or something else. So I can see why Tennessee and Mississippi isn't. I mean, Tennessee does look quite good with the Palace of Dreams coins. So hopefully that helped. If not, blames. Oh, thank you, that's good. Right. China H. Okay, right. I'll just check. Thanks for that. Haven't had a notification yet, but that doesn't mean to say it hasn't gone through because it's slow. Sometimes when I do this, it comes up. Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much. I've got that. Yeah, I've got your name as well. So I've got your address. I'll stalk it. I'm joking. Right. Okay. Right. What's the question? Right. Does R the Libra think about me, or what is the current energy towards me? You'll be all right, Miss Smith. You'll be fine. Right. Okay. Let's have a look at your. We're doing donated reading. We're using the Tarot of Dreams. So a great title, isn't it, for a tarot deck? Right. Right. R the Libra. Let's have a look at R the Libra. Right. Let's have a look. Right. Hi, new subscriber. I'm just on the donated reading at the moment. Please have patience while I get this done. Right, just a heads up for everyone in the room. Thank you very much for coming along. It's great seeing you all. Normally I have time for many questions, but if I haven't got time for your questions today, then I might be on later, or tomorrow or whenever. So put notifications on perhaps for that. I'm only going to be on for another 20 minutes in this particular session. So if you want a donated reading in this particular session, then please donate now. And not all of you at once, because I haven't got time, unless my soul says it's all right, it's all right. So, yeah. Right. Right. Just use a little bit of these. Ooh. Right, so let's have a look. What? Right, you two are chatting amongst yourselves. Right, okay. Right, shall we find out about the Libra? Are they thinking about our friend? Which I've forgotten your handle on here. Oh, I've done your name in my head. Right. China. H. Right. So are the Libra, what's going on with them? Well, the strength cards keeps coming up today, which is very good. 5, 6 of coins, that's good. Ace of cups, which is good. 7 of swords keep coming out. I hope that's not my energy interfering with it all. So how are they feeling towards you at the moment, and how is it moving on? 5, 6, 7 of cups. Wow. Okay. Oh. Moving on, there's a sameness about how you both think about things, and they see you as very still romantic. If you are very romantic about them, or they believe that you were very soft and very gentle and very giving, because they do see the Queen of Cups, which is absolutely great. There is an aspect here with the Ace of Cups that they can bring that strength of character because they've got this down here. So they have been thinking about, oh, do I take the courage to revisit yourself in a way of new growth? Because obviously they have still left a kind of part of them. So they are thinking of you, and perhaps that's why you're still thinking of them. But sometimes with this particular dream, because this is Tarot of the Dreams, it is a little bit of a fantasy at times. So I think they do think of you, but it's not in a real practical way at the moment, even though they've got the 6 of coins. So with the 6 of coins, they could perceive that, oh, maybe if we had the right opportunity. But I think your relationship was very imbalanced. One of you gave, and the other one didn't really recognize it at the time. So it's almost like 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and then it's very hard to move. And that's why you've got the strength card there, because it's almost like the yin and the yang, the very hardness, but the very gentle and the softness. So it's very important to kind of see whether they can take up courage to start again. So moving on from that, they've got a kind of this is a very 7. This is a mediocre kind of feeling surrounding you of what they could do and what they can't, and that's why they've got the strength. If like, I don't know if Shruti is still here, but she got back with her ex. Well, she didn't get back. They're in communication. And sometimes you think, well, if only that happened here, having the strength of character to go, hey, I'm facing my fears and doing it anyway. I mean, most of us aren't murderers. So, what's the very worst about talking to an ex? Something good could happen. So that's where his strength needs to come about with the situation. So they are putting up a barrier surrounding this situation as well. So they believe they're very wounded, so painful, and that's why to them it is a little bit of a fantasy. Oh, wonder what that would have been like. And they obviously do dream about you. Um, you know, nod, nod, wink, wink, say no more. Uh, um, so it's kind of difficult at times when they say, well, how can I achieve to the next step, which is very difficult in the next step. But the best thing is that they see you as the Queen of Wands as well. So they see you as a very independent person, able to make the first move, perhaps, if you wanted to. But I think this particular aspect of where it's moving into is a memory. It is kind of in the past. It's a kind of an interesting thing. And that's why we've got the Tree of Life here in the Tarot of Dreams. The Tree of Life is an amazing aspect, a lot like the world, but gone round all the cycles and knowing what's spiritually aware for yourself. So it's like, it doesn't really feel to me that you two are going anywhere, even though we've got the Knight of Wands here, which is very good. So if you were both to take action there, you've got the Four of Pentacles, which is, it says control, but it's not willing to share. So even though they think about you quite a lot, they're not willing to make that step, unless, of course, they get that strength card and the courage to actually say, yeah, this is what I want. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you get the Ten of Cups. So if they were to have that strength and ability to actually see things in a more firmer, real way and be able to put down the barrier, because there's too many barriers within this and there's kind of too much, a little bit of an illusion going on. They can't really see it as a reality. Now, who knows why they can't? They're not in a great deal of pain. They just don't want to move on, which is a little bit weird. But I think they do think of you very, very fondly. These two are absolutely gorgeous. I can't pick it up. That they know you're a fantastic person and they do think of you very nice. But having that ideal situation at a time sometimes can be a little bit of a difficulty. So it is all about right time, isn't it, really? It makes it very hard. So hopefully, China, that helped. But I do think of you, so that's nice. Yeah. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, though, even though the Ten of Cups was there, which was really nice. If they decided to make a move, then it would be quite nice, actually. It's lazy person. It's hard, isn't it? Right, okay, thanks for that. Hopefully that helped. Right, time, nearly. Right, okay, so... Right, Kisha's got a question here. Should you be talking to your ex, the Saji? Is that right? Right, let's have a look. Right, if I haven't... Hey, Shruti's still here, yay. Right, Kisha, should you keep talking to your ex, who is a Sagittarians? Let's have a look. Just 2 cards here. If you do want a donation, reading with a lot more cards, then to do that now is preferable than later. Simply because I'm only on for the next 15 minutes. Well, less than that. So we'll try to do... Should you still be talking What is best for you and your Sagittarian ex? For Kisha. Mad Soul Tarot, send me the link when you're ready. I'm only on here for another 10 minutes. Right, Kisha, should we continue with your ex, the Sagittarian? And then I'll be back later, maybe. Right. Wow. That's just me going, wow. I think with you two, this is another case of going down memory lane. Oh, wasn't it good when we sat on the sunshine and blah, blah, blah? Wasn't it good when we first met and everything was nice? And So it's best with you two not to confuse past with the now and the future. It's always good. Did you say this guy was Pisces? Because it's ringing of a wishy-washy fish. It literally is a fish, to be fair. But they're so dreamy and so... But saying that, I think their determination to produce something that was really beautiful again is definitely there. So they could do. So if you both believe wholeheartedly is what you split up is not going to ruin a new relationship with each other, then, you could. So only you two can decide what's best for you, whether you want it or not, and the importance of what you kind of was annoying you about the person, because sometimes you might be wanting to be on a different page, but you still love to go down memory lane. So it's all about claiming your own power of self-love before you enter in a relationship just out of a habit or because they're nice people. Do you know what I mean? We can't always be with the nicest person, can we? Well, Kisha, to be fair, I think it's a good idea to completely move on. Because if you got a new fella and then you were talking to that ex, they'd be like, why? Equally, if the partner of him was knew that he was talking to his ex, nobody likes that. It's very difficult, very challenging to be friends with an ex. So, in your best interests, it's all right if you haven't had proper closure, then have proper closure, but then move on. But it's down to individuals, isn't it, really? Pooja, what's coming towards you in love? Pooja. No worries, Kisha. You're fine. Hello, David. Hello, SF. Hello, Hollow Screen. Right, Pooja, what's coming towards you in love? Thank you. Whoops. Right. It came through, Maddie. Yeah, I got it. Right, Pooja, what's coming towards you in love? And we've only got time for one more after Pooja. And then hopefully I'll be back later. So just put your eyes and I'll pick them up. Hello, Amna Vlogs. How are you? Right. What's coming up in love? Pooja. What's coming up in love? Right. I think this is a case of identifying exactly what you do want in love, right? So, first of all, one has to completely love themselves and know what they want, because everything hangs in the balance of you perhaps asking of yourself, instead of going, oh, I wish I had the perfect partner. Oh, wouldn't it be nice if we went out and do 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 do. But what kind of partner do you want? Someone who fully supports you in your work, in your hobbies, in your, do you want time alone, and do you want them to understand that you want time alone? What kind of thing do you actually want? So that's what you have to really focus, because the universe is not quite clear with what you want, so they can't present it to you. Seven of Cups and Six of Boons. Okay, thank you. Right, one more person. I've got time for one more person. I think one or two anyway. Right, let's pick somebody. Hollow Scream. Let's do Hollow. May I please know, will the Gemini come back to me to reconcile, or is it over for real? Alrighty. Okay, so Sashi and Sudeep. Right, what's going on between Sashi and Sudeep? Are you both Gemini? Oh, gee whiz. Right, okay. Hollow Scream, Sashi and Sudeep. Sashi and Sudeep. Sashi and Sudeep. Sudeep, Sudeep and Sashi. Sudeep and Sashi. Sudeep and Sashi. Right, let's have a look. As clear as mud, as he say. Right, it's typical Gemini, isn't it? It was Gemini, isn't it? Right, okay. Right, what? I don't think it's completely over. I think it's one of those things that they may come back, but then it'll be a little bit of a painful situation and a bit of a disillusionment. And it's like, what do you both want? So it's almost like recognizing what you do want, and sometimes we can fall in the trap. And that's very true of, oh yeah, I'd like my ex back. Will we reconcile? And we put so much energy out there, and we do our best to be receiving that energy, and then we realize after a time that what we ask for wasn't appropriate, because we've moved on ourselves without realizing it. So I think there is going to be an element of sadness with this. Just be grateful for where you are now, kind of realize that you are complete without this person, because I think it's going to be a little bit of, you might even get into a sexual relationship with them, maybe again, just for old time's sake, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's got a kind of aspect of that, but I can't see a permanent relationship with the moon. The moon is always borrowed energy, so it's not permanent. Do you know what I mean? So if that's what you want, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully. Right, one more. David. Let's do David. David, I have a crush on a Leo. Will it ever be something? All right, David, let's have a look. David. David and the Leo. Hello, Denise. Do remember to put the notification bell on, guys, for next time I am doing a live. I haven't got time to do all of you now. I've got another appointment to do. Sorry about that, guys. Right, David. No worries, Hollow Scream. David Yeah. Maybe not today. Maybe I'll come back later, Denise. But yeah, I've got another appointment with another tarot reader, Mad Soul Tarot. And I'll come back later. Hi, Hayley. How are you? I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at deleting my comments. It's tarot's talk, but there you go. Right, David. And the Leo. Right, David, let's have a look. Ooh. David, this can be a little bit difficult. I think you may realise after a time that what you're crushing on is a feeling of yourself, and you're just maybe projecting your love of yourself and what you want out of a relationship onto this person, maybe. So that's the kind of innocent child of visions rushing through when you know something isn't completely going according to plan. So you could perhaps ask your crush, and then you'll get an answer, and then you'll probably end up walking away from that. So five of challenges is always a challenge. It is, and as you can see with the giants going through the forest, it's a clumsy way of going, and it's almost like they might consume you, especially if they're all lying. A good beefy meal might be doing wonders. But yeah, I think it might be too much. But ask them out. Talk to them and see how it goes. You are in charge of your own life, but this is just a demonstration of what's going on now. So obviously something could come of it, but I don't think the timing's particularly right at the moment. But yeah, get sociable with them, and they might change their mind. So that might be nice, mightn't it? Definitely. Right. Right. Okay. Listen. I've got to go somewhere because I've got another tarot. I've got to work with Mad Soul Tarot. So I'll hopefully be back later on in a few hours, 2 hours, maybe. Hopefully. So thanks for being here, guys. Hello, Maya. Sorry about that. I'll just run out of time. Thank you so much for visiting the channel now. It's really good to see you all. So I'll see you later, please. Thank you. Do take care.